Welcome to Moviecaps. Today, I will show you a mystery thriller from 2015, titled, The Gift. Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. A married couple Simon and Robin move to a new house in California. While shopping for the new house, they come across a man, who introduces himself as Gordon Mosley, Simon's schoolmate. Simon and Robin exchange numbers with him, and leave after saying they will invite him over for coffee. As Robin tries to settle in, she comes across a couple, Lucy and Ron, who welcome her to the neighborhood, and congratulate her on the new house. The next day, Robin finds a bottle of wine, as a welcome home gift from Gordon. She tells Simon about it, but they wonder how he got their address, as they never told him. Meanwhile, Lucy comes over with her toddler, and Robin tells her they are also trying to start a family. They quickly become friends with her, and they often visit each other. Gordon shows up again, and asks to meet Simon, but she tells him he's busy with his new office. He gives her important local phone numbers, as well as another gift, a glass cleaner for the house. She invites him in to have a house tour, and tells him about Simon's phobia with monkeys, as he spots some toys packed in the box, which is apparently for their child, as Robin earlier revealed being pregnant, and losing her baby. She asks him to join her and Simon for dinner, and he accepts the offer. At the dinner, he asks about Simon's work, and says he was always sure that Simon would make it big in his life. After he leaves, Simon tells Robin that he is uncomfortable with his delusional approach, considering him as his friend, but in reality, he and Simon were never close. The next day, they attend a welcome party at Simon's office, where his senior Kevin introduces him and Robin to the rest of his colleagues. While visiting his new office, Simon tells her he might get a promotion soon, as Kevin will be leaving the company. She asks his opinion about her getting back to work, but he gives her a free choice, whether to join or not. After coming back from the party, they get another gift, as a thank you gesture for the dinner, and Robin finds out that he has left the fish in their pond. She is grateful for the gift, but Simon gets offended, as he barged into their property without permission. Gordon continues paying unannounced visits, but only when Robin is alone at the house, because she always nicely welcomes him. He also helps her in setting up the TV, but finds out Simon's note, where he called him a weirdo. Robin thinks it would offend him, but he invites them to dinner instead. Simon's colleagues visit the house. When he tells them about Gordon and his strange behavior, they get surprised to know that he did not give any reaction to the note, but Simon says it's because of Robin's kindness, which has impressed him a lot. Simon and Robin decide to go and find out he owns a big mansion, which they did not expect. Simon admires the house while getting inside, and Gordon gives another gift, a movie, saying it will sound great on their music system. Meanwhile, he receives a call, and immediately leaves, saying he has to go somewhere urgent, but will be back soon. Simon gets a bit surprised, as he left them alone in his house, and says he would never do that to a stranger. The conversation once again turns toward him, and Simon says he is interested in Robin, and wants to be with her. Robin does not believe him, but Simon mocks him again, saying he wants to get whatever he has. They also search his house, and learn that he lied about being unmarried, because they find female clothes in a baby's room. They start thinking about his family, but rush back downstairs as he comes back. Upon Simon's question about his personal life, he says he accepts he lied to them earlier, and has a wife, but they are going through a rough patch in their life. He also tells them the house is hers, as he only does minor jobs and cannot afford it. Simon finally decides to talk to him about his discomfort with his visits, and asks not to show up at their house again. As Robin comes out of the house, she sees him arguing, and feels sorry for Gordon, but cannot say anything to Simon. The next day, they find out the fish in the pond are dead, and someone took the dog. Simon gets angry with Gordon, as he is sure he did this, and rushes to his house, but a couple opens the door telling Gordon does not live there. They call the detectives, who inform that Gordon used to work as a driver for that family, and had access to the house. He tells Simon that he can find his new address, but can't raid the house, as they have no proof if he is responsible for the incident or not. The dog comes back after a couple of days, and Simon thinks Gordon is just messing with them, and that's why return the dog. The next morning, Robin finds another letter from Gordon, in which he apologized for his behavior. The letter also hints toward his and Simon's past, so she asks him about it, but Simon does not say anything in response. Simon advises her to forget about him, and she tries to concentrate on other activities, but still thinks about Gordon, suspecting he will show up again. Simon impresses everyone at his office, and Kevin tells him he might be getting a promotion quite soon, but is just one competitor, Danny McDonald's. Back at the house, Robin learns there is someone else inside, but before she can find him, passes out on the floor. She wakes up the next morning, and Simon shares about his office routine and having a successful meeting with his boss, but finds her distracted. He shows her some pills, asking about them, but she denies taking any of them. She tells him that she is worried about Gordon, and thinks they should apologize to him, just as he did. Simon does not agree with her, and they get into an argument, as she can't let it go. She asks him about the letter, and what Gordon tried to mention, but he does not tell her anything and says it's all over. They move on with their life, settling into the house, and fulfilling their dream of starting a family. After a few months, she spots Gordon again in a shopping mall, and tries to talk to him, but he walks away. Simon's family visits them, giving her different gifts for her and the baby, but it reminds her of Gordon's gifts again. She asks Simon's sister about him and Gordon, as she went to the same school. She tells her, he was found being molested in a car, and kids used to bully him for being gay. The situation got out of hand, and Gordon had to move somewhere else. Upon Robin's question about Simon's part in this, she tells her that he and his friend Jerry reported the incident and saved Gordon. After hearing this, Robin reads his letter again, and decides to search Simon's home office, where she finds out that he ran a background check on Gordon. She shares it with Lucy, who suggests talking to Simon about it, but she refuses to ask him. Robin finds Simon's friend Jerry's address, and talks to him about the entire situation. Although he does not open up initially, but later tells her that Gordon was neither gay nor suffered molestation. He says it was all a lie, which Simon told everyone, because he was the bully who used to tease Gordon a lot. He also tells her that the situation got out of control, and Gordon's father even tried to kill his son, after finding out he was gay. He says Simon made things up and ruined Gordon's life. Although he could have told the truth to save him, he did not. She gets shocked to hear the real story, and decides to talk to Simon about it. After coming back, she finds Simon talking to Kevin about his competitor Danny McDonald's. Kevin tells him that Danny cannot be promoted, as he is having an investigation going on. After Kevin leaves, Robin confronts Simon about Gordon, but he refuses to talk about it, and gets upset with her for running a background check on him. She accuses him of ruining Gordon's life, because he had to leave school, and his father was charged for attempted murder, and it all happened because of Simon. She insists on him to apologize to Gordon, but it leads to a huge fight between them, as he does not agree with her. He tries to calm her down, and says he is ready to apologize, but does not know his address, to which she shows him the papers revealing she knows about him spying on Gordon. He accepts it, and tells her about getting a restraining order for him, because he wanted to protect her. He also tells her that Gordon left the post-it notes on his car, but he hid them because he did not want her to worry, but she does not believe him, as he might be lying again. Upon her constant request, he agrees to make it up to Gordon, and goes to meet him. He talks to him, saying they discussed the situation, and Robin made him apologize. Gordon realizes he is not sorry, and just doing it for her, so he does not accept his apology, and says it's too late. Simon gets angry with him, and starts beating him up, and threatens not to come near him or his family again. After coming back to the house, he lies to Robin that Gordon accepted his apology, and appreciated the gesture. He also apologizes to her about everything, and assures her it's all over. At the celebration party of his promotions, Simon gives credit to Kevin, and thanks to him for helping him out. Suddenly someone starts thrashing the rocks on the house, and they rush outside, finding Danny McDonald, Simon's competitor, at the office. He accuses him of lying and fabricating him, that made him lose his job. Before Simon can explain anything, Robin goes into labor. She is rushed to the hospital, where she gives birth to a baby boy. Simon is very happy to be the father, but his happiness is short-lived, as he receives a call from work, and Kevin tells him he got fired for what he did to Danny. He comes over to talk to Robin, but she tells him she wants a separation, and does not want to go back with him. After coming back to the house, Simon receives another gift from Gordon, which contains a key to his house, and 2 CDs. One with the audio from the day they visited him, and he mocked him for wanting to be with Robin. The next CD proves to be the real shock, as it contains a video of their house, proving he was spying on them. The video also shows Gordon standing by Robin as she fell down earlier. Simon sees him wearing a monkey mask, and pretending to assault Robin, but the camera shuts down. Meanwhile, Gordon visits the hospital with a bruised face, and an arm sling, telling Robin Simon did this to him. After watching the video, Simon rushes to the hospital to talk to Robin, but finds Gordon, who smirks at him before the elevator door closes. He tries to chase him, but receives a call from Gordon, who teases him by saying he will never tell him the truth, whether he touched her or not, just like Simon never clarified things about him. Gordon observes him sitting there in distress, over losing his job, as well as his family, and walks away while tossing his arm sling. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this.